brutally to use, but other than that, had a good run to get up into winner's side top 8.
Yeah,
so let's see if Kaito's able to put a stop to it.
Unfortunately, we haven't really seen what SAC's run looks like today because all we've seen was that set against Use where he got fully manhandled. So I'm hoping we can actually see a better representation of how SAC has been playing today. Here against Kaito on the elimination side. Don't worry about the overlay right now. We'll get that fixed. Don't worry, guys.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely did have a tough run where he got a Game 5 win over the 9 seed Mac BH, right? And so, like, sometimes being the 8 seed or 9 seed can be one of the toughest things because you have like a super evenly matched matchup before you get to that point. But he's able to make it through. And here he is starting on the Caspian once again against Kaito's Bodvar. Let's see how Kaito's strategies play up against SAC.
So we've now seen 2 of our 3 Bodvars today sort of lean into that down signature a little bit more, definitely more than people have typically in the past. We saw it with C, and then of course we saw it in our previous set as well. But Kaito really hasn't leaned into it just yet. The weapon toss goes high. SAC is going to recover here low all the way to the bottom side of that wall. Kaito is going to grab the hammer. There's the side light, and then the down air for the scoop KO off the top.
SAC makes it back to the stage now here on that second stock. What's he got coming up on deck? It's the guitars. Goes for sidelight. This gets hit away by a hammer Sarah. The end right afterwards in place. Sidelight, sidelight, sidelight again, Kaito. Why not? Goes in for that recovery there, and Kaito's nowhere near it to be hit. Spot dodges on reaction, that weapon throw. Looking for even more onto SAC's second stock here as he's just dominating with the hammer.
Kaito starting to go back to the way he was playing previously. He's still having presence, though. He's just like entering into the fray, these back dashes as he moves to the opposite side of the stage before then choosing to go back in.
Ooh, he was in sweat beats for a moment there. Manages to make it back to the stage. Stops him in the middle. I didn't even see what the signature was that he was going for. But he manages to stop SAC in the middle of it and bring him into enough damage to, I mean, that side sig was a little overkill, but you know what?
I mean, that's why you play the character.
That is why you play the character. Usually in orange, though, not in deep red. SAC getting some more damage onto the Kaito here on the second stock.
I mean, we didn't even really see too many signatures in SAC versus Use earlier. Like, we saw I feel like the neutral signature most of all.
It was like
guitars.
a 7-minute set.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We haven't really gotten to see it. So I'm excited to see what SAC's got here.
Even the backdash there, but he doesn't go for anything.
Oh, goes with the down. So gets the
spike.
Oh, right. Wait, SAC's had this much damage on him since like a minute and a half ago. So that might have just been a clean stock. I don't think he could have. He got hit by unarmed Sarah and almost got knocked out by it. Kaito can't touch him. Down sig finally. Unarmed recovery not going to knock out. Finally gets it with the second one. Now it's evened up 1-1.
Looks like he's going to stick with the hammer the way he was charging up that weapon toss. Typically, they'll juggle it a little bit earlier if he's going to go back to the sword. Now SAC coming in with the gauntlets. The gauntlets really did not work against Use. The guitars were better. They also didn't work, but the gauntlets really struggled against Use. He's doing a good job so far here against Kaito. He has just a little bit of the damage lead after being behind quite a bit in this game. Sidelight into the neutral are going to whiff. Sidelight into the neutral are going to whiff again. Sidelight whiffing this time. Kaito feels like he's on the back foot, but it's definitely not like SAC is in control.
All right, goes in for the downlight. Trying to go for a dare. Gets that sidelight. Goes for the dare himself. Oh, and that weapon throw. What else does SAC got going on? Gets hit by that scoop. Recovery, okay.
He stays low.
Oh, but the recovery misses and that nair hits from Kaito instead. It's so even now. SAC
just arms himself. Yeah, that weapon toss was so far away and it didn't have a dash attached to it, so the speed of that weapon toss was reactable by Kaito.
Oh, goes for Gravity Castle D-Light. Just uses his dodge like that.
He's looking for the GCD light into the recovery, probably for the KO option. He's not going to have, okay, it's just the raw recovery, basically from grounded level to KO off the top. Still, even doing that, he only had to do 535 damage based on how quickly he took away that second stock from Kaito.
Yeah. That was a cool last stock. Really great comeback from SAC there, too. That was off the side stick knocking out. I was looking at how much damage SAC was at. I was writing up the game. Then he had an amazing stock, got the knockout, and then ends this with... So that was funny. The replay started with both of them dash jump forward, dodging away, trying to, like, bait a reaction out of them, and when it didn't work, Kaito's the one that pulled the trigger first, hit the end light, and that falling recovery, so well placed, was able to take Kaito off the top. And now we're going to game number 2 with a game on the board for SAC.
Yeah, so SAC did a good job last game of stock tanking there. He ended up taking 610 damage by the time all things were said and done, and he could have taken more, probably, and not lost his stock. That ground pound onto the stage from Kaito, I don't know if that was a misinput or if he meant to be a little bit further over so he could ride that wall down with it, or it could have been just a bait. D-Light into the recovery coming out from SAC. Neutral neutral sig coming out. It's punished by Kaito, who gets around it and to the right side.
Ooh, gravity cancel DLA, not going to get punished. SAC looking for the landing on that side light. And already we're starting off like game number 1. SAC taking a ton of damage. Kaito going to look for this finisher here. D-Light Cider, that's going to be the edge guard. Clean first stock. Under 40 seconds. Kaito taking the lead, holding onto the hammer. Let's see what he can get started here. Stomp sidelights. Sidelight end lights have been a lot of fun for Kaito here at the beginning, but he gets that stomp, dare, recovery, falling
and
air.
A neutral air.
Lots of vertical gameplay coming out from Kaito here. And then just every once in a while throwing in a wait to see what SAC will do. And gets a good amount of damage for his trouble over there. Stomp side sig. That's a little BM. SAC manages to dodge out of that way. But man, I don't know what he was reading.
So I've been looking at SAC's Katars here and wondering like why he's not Katar naring as much. And so I was thinking it's because like he's not the most adept Katar player out there. Obviously he has a grand skill set regardless of what weapon he's playing. Yeah. But Katars are his 5th highest level legend, much far behind Sword, Gauntlets, Axe, and then Hammer. Okay, so it's like the most recent addition to his skill set, right? It might just be a playstyle without an air. It could be. I think he's...
We've watched so much Katars in NA, right? That's just like
where it's like just an air?
It's just an air. Did I get that one hitbox that spikes on the back swing?
Maybe my POV is skewed a little bit by the way that North America used to play.
Okay. See, that would have been there.
That would have been an air for sure. You're exactly right.
That side air was too cool for a Katar main. you would do, and you wouldn't fall right away. You would jump off, then jump up again, and then fall there. And then you would jump nair again even after it hit, just to cover it. Well, similar game state to game number 1. And last time in game number 1, SAC got a bunch of unanswered hits and got a down tick. This time, Kaito cleans it up with a down air and says that's not happening again. He has now a full stock lead. Yeah,
he doesn't want that second stock of SAC to extend as long as it did previously. SAC's going to come back in, though. He's going to grab the Katars. That's mostly what he's been relying on so far. He's had some solid gauntlet damage this game. Ooh. Oh, and he gets the chase dodge over the corner as well with the side air. Beautiful Katar gameplay. Loving that.
Yeah, but Kaito just manages to make it back so quickly that SAC's not really rewarded for it. And Sig here does knock out, and he does jump up high enough to be able to get it. I thought he would do it while on the ground, but it was a great call out. Saw that Kaito use his jump super early, had nowhere to go but drift into the blades from SAC's neutral signature, and now he's taking the lead here in game 2. How is SAC so good at being able to take these back? It's been phenomenal play from him.
Focusing on some of the weapon-starving game here. There is a spawn all the way on the right side. Kaito's going to get past SAC, pick up the hammer, but it's these gauntlets from SAC. See what he can do to get in on top of this hammer without taking a stomp. Ooh. Interruption there. Going for the recovery, and I think the neutral air from Kaito ended up hitting him.
Yeah, Kaito now on stage, hammer in hand, goes for that side light. Let's see what SAC can do as he switches over to the Katars. It's weird. Katars absolutely decided that last stock for him. Goes for the nair instead. Why he's put himself off stage? Kaito goes in for the stomp instead. SAC's still holding on to his weapons. They're pretty damaged at this point, but he gets the nair side air. Okay, what does he got? Goes for the falling side air instead, and Kaito goes right above him, scoops him up to the top of the stage, and now Kaito's taking the lead back.
He's just going to hold on to these gauntlets.
Sidelight, double sidelight recovery would have won.
I expected him to go over and grab the Katars, but maybe he just feels like the KO potential of gauntlet recovery.
Gauntlet side sig? I don't know why he's holding on to it for so long.
I don't know either. That's it.
And the thing is, there's multiple reasons why that baffled me. Outside of the fact that Katars were just, lo and behold, doing all the work, he had those gauntlets for so long that they were at risk of getting destroyed at any time. If you wanted to stay on the gauntlets, it made more sense for me to like cycle the weapons a little bit, right? But he stays on them the whole time, and they break at the pivotal moment when you're thrown off stage and you need them to make it back, and Kaito capitalizes. Look at what an amazing edge guard this was from Kaito. Very well played.
And look at how the 2 stocks that he got previously were taken. It was Katar neutral signature, and there was the Katar Sayer over on that left corner. It's gauntlets aren't there. He did solid damage on the gauntlets. Like he spent some time. It's 217 on the gauntlets, 288 on Katars.
My main criticism was how stale the weapon was.
Yeah, okay.
Right? That's where, like, regardless of whether like the damage was even or not, he was on them for so long that they were about to get knocked out of his hands, and there he goes. Losing that game and that stock. Now opening up the Katars here.
Oh, yes,
game number 3. Gets stopped by a down air, but only after doing some good damage.
Yeah, that's like 70 to 80 damage, completely unanswered.
Well, except that he started the stock off in red. This is what happens when you're fighting against Hammer. So it's better than what's been happening in the previous games, which is him being down a stock entirely and having to make some miracle comeback. Sayer sends him flying off the left.
Same thing again. The exact same punish, different weapon though for Kaito. Last time it was a side air when he got around that neutral signature on the ground. This time it was the hammer.
See if he goes for side sig.
Yeah, where's the side sig, man?
I feel like side sig's like the perfect punish. We're the side stick man. He does 3 of them. He's like, shut up.
Okay, but like the rest of the time, brother. The rest of the time.
And Kaito plays in that dash back to the corner style that I feel like Caspian side stick demolishes.
Yeah.
So like it's like interesting that he hasn't seen that option. But hey, you know, maybe eventually. As the gauntlets
Kaito didn't want to pressure that whatsoever after he saw SAC coming in for a landing with sweat beads on. That's crazy.
He knows something that we don't. Hammer comes through.
I don't know if he does.
Well, he didn't take the stock, so
That's
I'm
true.
not sure. Lead goes over the SAC. Let's see what Kaito's got. Sword spawns in. D-Light recovery, D-Light side air.
Yeah, he's probably going to play defensively, wait for the move to come out, and then whip punish for the D-Light recovery. That time it's a neutral air, not enough to KO just yet. Why don't you think one more of those will do it from grounded?
I think he... Oh, well,
Ooh, a little scary there, but Kaito, he's a little bit too worried to go down there. Crazy stuff could happen.
Recovery will get it. That's just a prolonging the inevitable there from SAC. He wasn't able to get the miracle stock happening on the guitars, but he can get another pair right here. Gauntlets instead. Does he get started with a downlight? Could get a falling nair. No nair coming out.
Yeah, he's really not wanting to throw like any aerial moves whatsoever. He landed for the last 3 moves that he used, despite being aerial for a long time before it. There you go, get the grounded nair. Goes for the down air this time, rather than the GC N-Light follow-up. Didn't want to burn his dodge.
Nair, recovery. Weapon throw comes through. SAC going for the landing there. Does get the down air. Ooh, downlight, side air. Saxon flying to the right.
Yeah, I think SAC just needs to be a little bit more careful about his grounded options that he's using when Kaito's above him. Unless Kaito has burned everything, he's probably going to jump again, and you don't have the type of range or the active frames where like a side light is going to hit him after he does that initial or that additional jump, excuse me. Yeah, like he's just going to jump up here and then land, and then when he gets close, probably jump up again. Yeah, look at all that jumping. At least use a vertical move like SAC is using there with the Qatar D-Light rather than just the side light he used previously. He's playing like 2017 Axe. Kaito is.
Yeah, I'm just staring, I'm looking, I'm gathering information. This is tough. This is tough for SAC. What has he got? He's got a weapon spawn coming in.
It's tough to do that when you don't have range on both of your weapons. You don't have anything to like contest a 45-degree angle.
It's the weakness of Caspian, right? It's like, I feel like it's just like more of this. It's a win more. If you're winning with one, you just be winning anyways with the other.
Like if Kaito was here and he had blasters, like it's Nair City. He's going to shut down that airspace right above him. There we get the bounce pass into the GC N-Light on SAC.
Okay, getting started. Doesn't get the side sig. Gauntlet side sig. Wow, powerful.
There you go.
Reverses.
That's where you need to use it.
Yeah.
That's exactly where you need to use it.
So the first 2 places would not have probably knocked out, but if you get the ledge there, it always reverses. There's no active input there, so you're always going to get that guarantee. And to compensate for the fact that you can't choose the direction, it does a lot of force.
Yeah, that's the blessing and the curse of having a signature that changes directions like that.
Yeah. Ooh, doesn't get the dare on the way back down. Can't drag him in, and Kaito just gets a stop Sair side light. He's a good, strong D-Light Sair away from taking this to match point.
Dude, he's got to be careful. Anytime he's side lighting in, all it takes is a backdash from Kaito.
He got the dare, but doesn't get the side light to carry him through. Good damage coming through. Scoop gonna hit the wall.
One more of those from the ground will do it. Doesn't even need the stomp to set it up. Backdash is away to get away from that GCD light from Kaito.
I honestly would switch to Katars and go for the Hail Mary side sig. Although I guess you could do it with the gauntlets too. You better be hailing a lot of Mary after that one.
That's a big Hail Mary compared to the Qatar side sig.
They could get it.
He's got to hit it though.
I mean,
he's still sticking with the gauntlets. Oh, and he's going to throw him right over Kaito's head, disarm himself.
Classic, just like last stock red.
There you go.
Throw my weapon. All right.
Put the fear side sig into him, brother.
It's a standoff. So neutral light. I thought he would end sig.
Oh.
Dodges the nairs, gets the recovery. It is now a one-hit game on both sides. And he switches over to gauntlets. All you have is recovery. What?
No way! He goes for the GCD sig.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, SAC. Using a more defensive style signature because it pops you back on Kaito, who has been playing very defensively so far.
It's the sig that people don't even think about when they think about Caspian. Yeah. It's not. It doesn't really cover that much outside of like a team combo, and even in a team combo, it doesn't provide a lot. So SAC went up, and he did an option That just covered everything completely, and you get a little backstep. You can see the gravity cancel cloud. He's completely off of it right afterwards, so it's a defensive move, and he banked on Kaito being aggressive.
I don't know if he was high enough to avoid a stomp. Had Kaito thrown out a stomp at like the perfect moment, he might have been. I just don't know for sure whether or not he was.
That was a cool maneuver because it just actually stuck out all grounded and dash jump approaches.
Yeah,
it just beat them all. It was the first time we'd ever seen him from him, so well played by SAC. Kaito now brought to match point.
Yeah, I don't think there were that many things where Kaito would have come out on top after that initiation.
Yeah, that was probably it.
And even then, like, what are you really doing? You're potentially setting up an edge guard, but that might not go your way regardless.
Well, what you're doing is you're saying you don't have a dodge for 3 seconds and I got a weapon throw. But that's a hard call out, right? Like, that was just really big brain from SAC there. Now Kaito trying to bring this to a game 5, scooping and naring SAC towards the top of the blast zone. Can he get the stock here?
Another nair
comes through. Can he get one more? Stops there would do it.
Dude, if he finds this stock here, that's a very, very big lead for Kaito, and he can play defensive as he wants after that. You're really seeing his defensive movement coming into play here. Dashing in. Now, dude, the back dash was so far.
Tricky, right? And that Sarah deleted him. Man, that bounce did not stop that momentum at all. Kaito now picking up the sword.
He can play it as defensively as he wants. He's just going to initiate with that side light. Even that fadeaway side air, moving all the way to the right side of the stage after. Okay, there's the side light, D light. Gets the in light right as Kaito's falling. There's the D sig.
Could have held it a little bit longer maybe. Side sig not going to catch the landing. Recovery catches him floating in the sky. Side sig can catch the landing here if he goes for the weapon, but he goes for a recovery instead. And Kaito with a nice weapon throw nair, or neutral light.
So he's not swapping to gauntlets in this moment.
SAC's decision making has been very confusing to me. And I think he's just got.
There you go.
Here's the side sig. Perfectly what it's supposed to be used for. Now 2-2.
Yeah, it's really interesting to me that in that moment where he's looking for the KO on a red opponent, he's going to be like, yes, I'm the Qatar man. It's Qatar time, ladies and gentlemen. But then when it's the end of the game and he has to clutch it out, he's going to go for the gauntlets.
Yeah, the gauntlets were weird, yeah. Nair recovery comes through. It's good damage. SAC could get another Nair here. Okay, not going to quite get it. Side D-light recovery. Disarms Kaito as well. Does swap over to the damaged Qatars. Let's see if that punishes him. D-light sider sends him off the right side of the stage. Can Kaito get another hit here? SAC barrels forward with the side light, getting hit over and over again. Those Qatars could be pretty hurt. And there it is. Yep. See, gotta just when you're swapping weapons,
strip of the field.
Just stay. If you got another weapon prime, just stay on the fresh one. Has to be on the gauntlets now.
Man, Kaito has been able to dodge like more than a few of those weapon tosses on reaction coming out from SAC.
Goes for the dash jump pivot Sair in the weapon throw. We saw a knockout like that in game 1 in this set. He throws them out probably every 4 down 6. He switches it up with the Sair, but the Sair always hits, even though the down 6 don't. So it's been really cool how he's been mixing things up on the ledge.
Now he's coming back in with the gauntlets against Kaito's sword. Both of them kind of dashing forward, dashing back, waiting for the other one to make a move. It was Kaito. Whipped his first attack, took 2 from SAC.
Narrowly avoids the nair. Down air, doesn't get anything else after that. Does he switch to the guitars? Nope, just looking for a grab with that nair.
Okay, now he's going to swap to the guitars. I was wondering if he wanted to guarantee the guitars if he lost his stock here. He's going to disarm himself here.
Okay.
Next weapon pickup is going to be the gauntlets. There it is. That means if he loses this stock and comes back, in that time, Kaito's not able to dodge that weapon toss.
Recovery's going to knock him out, though. Now it is match point.
Now he's going to come in back with guitars.
Kaito needs this stock, needs this game to be able to stay in it. If he's out at 5th. SAC will move on to the top 4.
And went for the side light, D-light recovery in the other direction rather than trying to find a half pipe there.
Oh, and Kaito falls with that side light. End light comes through as well. Another side light. Kaito goes into that scoop.
It's a lot of damage. He dares right in front of Kaito as well. He only found a side light, not the full stomp sire, right after it. But even these down airs, he's adding up a lot of damage. He's now ahead of SAC. The side light just barely whiffing. SAC comes in with his own side light, hits a 2-piece, but isn't able to find the finish or ground pound.
Oh, and now Kaito going forward. That side light gets the recovery. Disarms SAC. SAC avoids the weapon throw. He's 1 hit away. Is this going to be it, Sparky? He's going to bring it to game 5. Kaito with the sword gets that sider, and he's done it. It's now game 5 once again. Kaito always making it the distance in all of these matchups.
That was a high damage game, though, Tazza. 647 damage.
Yeah.
to take out SAC's Caspian.
And, oh, man, SAC really just doesn't look at Demon Island and go, maybe it's a comfort pick thing. No, we're leaving it open.
I mean, I just don't think that there's anything inherent to Demon Island that like was the reason that SAC lost.
No, I don't think so.
And
either.
like the D-Sig on Qatars,
there's nothing happening on the walls like that. There's nothing like that at all.
If anything, like the D-Sig from Qatars on the walls are like that's favoring SAC. He's been able to take a couple stocks with that.
And there's 2-2, so they've both taken 2 games on the stage.
Yeah.
So it's just going to come down to who gets to game 5 first. And there are no more games after this for either of these players. One player wins, one player's out at 5th. The winner of this is going to be going against Lores in the elimination semifinal. Here we go. SAC on Caspian all the way through. Kaito on Bodvar the entire time.
Yeah, SAC's Gauntlet starting off strong here early on in this game. He has about maybe 80 damage. He's going to disarm himself there with the weapon toss, waiting for the next spawn. It's right over his head. Here come the Qatars going up against Kaito's sword. Nice falling down air into the fadeaway side air and the side light. Great 3-piece coming up from Kaito. Trying to shrink that lead that SAC has right now. There's another side air, but here comes the side light into the in light. The recovery just barely missing while Kaito has that dodge. There's a D-light, the neutral sig, but Kaito's too high.
Sair hits, bounces him off the right side of the stage. SAC going down for that dash jump pivot side air like he's been doing previously, but I think down would have been better there. Kaito ready to punish, stomp Sair, sends him flying. He's going to survive just for a little bit. Kaito primes a hammer, gets the Sair the dodge in. SAC has one more chance to make it through, and he does. Kaito lets him back. SAC looking for the downlight, and he goes a little too far. The recovery will take him down, and first strike goes over to Kaito.
Now, Kaito knew that he was very damaged on that first stock and didn't want to lose it to some offstage shenanigans against SAC, which is probably why he didn't aggress offstage. He waited for that weapon spawn to come in so he could grab that hammer and clean things up nice and easy without risking too much.
SAC staying on top of him. Looking for something to get started. That's the recovery. Okay, 2-2. Took was that hammer sidelight worth of damage, and that's going to be it.
Swapping back over to the Qatars against an unarmed Kaito. Next weapon spawn coming in. It favors SAC. There's the weapon toss. Goes out, hits Kaito. Here come the gauntlets. There's the D-light side light. No neutral air after. Kaito had the dodge. He was able to get away.
He stole that weapon away from Kaito. I
yeah,
thought it was
quick.
Be too slow. Hammer now over to Kaito. Weapon throw, gets the recovery right afterwards. SAC's been gambling a lot on these weapon throws, but when they hit, they pay off pretty immensely. Side light on the landing, neutral light, end sig. That's a ton of damage. SAC gets to the side sig now. Never mind. Another end sig catches Kaito just using all his jumps in the same spot that he got hit.
Yeah, he's still favoring that neutral signature so much compared to the side. Like he found that punish for the stock with the side signature in a previous game. He's hit the down signature a couple times on the edge as well, but he's really favoring that neutral signature. And he's used it really well so far. Like back-to-back neutral signatures there to do a bunch of damage and then find that stock pretty early. He has a massive lead because of it.
Oh, SAC goes for the end sig. Kaito sent flying, falling with that down air. What else has he got? Falling Saracens into the left, jumping side air. Kaito getting even more damage. Stomp Sair could bring this back to a dead even, but SAC gets in with a great opening. Side light, D-light recovery, gets scooped, disarmed. Nair not going to do it just yet. What else have we got?
I don't know if a down air will do it on its own, but there's the stomp side air from close to the middle of the stage, sending over to the left. That's going to be enough to do it. Kaito about 100 damage behind at this point, maybe a little bit more than that. As SAC comes in with Qatars against Kaito's hammer. See if he can shut down this damage with something like a stomp, maybe the side light to interrupt, maybe a backdash to get through the down air coming in from SAC. But SAC's been very grounded. He hasn't been going with the down air too often. He got the dodge there, and it was the D-light recovery, and that was it. Game 5, SAC takes it. 536 damage was all it took that game for him to seal it up and send it home.
Yeah, pretty solid victory.
It was a clean
to close
game.
It out after what was a series of not clean games from either side. I mean, there were some victories there that SAC had that I couldn't believe that he was able to close out, but that can't be said for game number 5, where he solidly was able to win, knock Kaito out at 5th, and move on